Hey, what's up guys, welcome to the part 4 of the how to retouch dark skin series. Today we're going to be looking at skin toning and sharpening. Now I have a video I did on sharpening in the past. I'm just going to go over it again in this video and show you guys how I'll do it in this particular beauty image. Now if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button so you can receive notifications every time I put up a new video. And if you like my videos, do not forget to leave me a thumbs up and also comment below and let me know what kind of videos you would like to see me make, and I'll try my best to make them and put them on here for you guys to see. Now let's jump straight into today's tutorial. Now skin toning is just adjusting the color of your model's skin and making her look better, making her look more natural, or maybe you're going for like a stylistic look, a kind of stylish look, probably trying to make her look more commercial, or whatever it is they are going for. It's almost the same as like grading, but this time we're just trying to affect the skin tones in this image. Now my skin tone is usually pretty simple. I'm not somebody to spend too much time delving into Photoshop and trying to do something that is way advanced and all that. So I'm just going to break this down into simple steps for you guys to understand. Now the first thing I'll do for skin toning is open a selective color adjustment layer. Now when I open that, I'm just going to be working on my reds, seeing that as black people we have more reds in our skin generally, I guess. But yeah, this is probably my thing. I didn't read it anywhere, but over like shooting for a few years now, I've just yeah, that's just it. So I'm just going to work on my red layers, or I'll just say the red colors here. Now what I do generally is I work with my cyans, my magentas. So for my magentas, if I pull it back towards this way, then I introduce more greens into my image. Now if I pull it forward, I introduce more magenta into my image. Now I'm going to take this back to 0. Now for the cyans, if I pull it back, I introduce more reds. If I put it this way, I kind of introduce this color. I don't know what that is. But yeah. So now I'm just going to show you guys how I work on this particular image. Now there are going to be different values for different images. You have to know when your image has more greens in it and when your image has more magenta in it, so you can adjust accordingly. Now for this image, I feel like this image is a lot more green than I want it to look. Now from my screen and my calibration though, I feel it's like a lot more green than I would want it to look. So I'm just going to add a little magenta here. Let me just drag this up. Okay, at this point I think this looks good. So I'm just going to zoom into this image one step so you guys can see it. So this is the before and this is the after. Okay, so before and after. So I've added more magenta. Now I just want it to look a little bit more stylized, so I'm just going to pull away from my reds towards my cyans, somewhere around this. It's fine. Okay, so this works for me. Just going to zoom out. Let me show you guys the before and after for each step. So this is the before and this is the after. As you can see, there's a lot more magenta in the skin and she's looking a lot more natural. Now another thing I've noticed is that my reds are too much. So if you come to your black channel here, if you pull your blacks up, it kind of like, I don't know, adds a lot more reds into your image. Then if you reduce it, then you lose the red. So for this particular image, I'm just going to go, -5 should be fine. Okay, yeah. So I've toned her skin, to look exactly the way I felt it looked when I was shooting her, and this just looks perfect to me. So I'm just going to do a before and an after for you guys to see. Just going to zoom in here, and I hope you guys can see the changes. Before, very greenish. After, I've introduced some more magenta into the skin. Before, greenish. After, we introduce just more magenta into the skin. It's slight, but it goes a long way to help your image. Now from there, I'm going to create a levels layer. So now what I do with my levels basically is that I use my levels to add more contrast to my image. I prefer, some people prefer to use curves and use like an S curve on their image, but I just prefer to use levels. So I'm going to hold my Alt or Option key for Mac, Alt for Windows, and drag this in. Now you can see where my whites are peaking, and I don't want my whites to peak too much, so I'm just going to stop somewhere about here. That's fine. Then I'll do the same for my blacks. Hold Alt and Option and pull my blacks in. So somewhere around 5 is fine. So let's see. Before, after, you can see we've introduced a lot more contrast into our image. Before and after. Now, now I feel like my image is contrasty and my image looks fine, but another thing is that I feel like my image looks too saturated. Now, different strokes for different folks. Some people would love to use, love to have, you know, this really saturated image. Some people like to have desaturated images. I just like being in between. So now I'm just going to open my hue saturation layer, and I'll pull my general saturation down to, let's say, yeah, minus 8 works for me here. Okay, that works for me. So I'm just going to put all this in a layer, group them. I'm going to zoom in for you guys to see. And this is my before. This is my after. Works perfect for me. Before, after, I've reduced the amount of grains in her skin tones. You know, I've added a little bit more magenta, and it just overall it just looks way better. As you can see, the contrast around the hair. You know, I fixed all that, and this just looks better. So now the next thing I'll do is I'll sharpen this image, and how I'll go about that is to create a stamp visible layer. So Command, Option, or Control, Alternate, Shift, E. So that creates a stamp visible layer for me right here. Then I'll go to Image, Adjustment, Brightness and Contrast. At this point, I'm trying to sharpen my image. Reduce my contrast all the way to -50. Click OK. Go to Filter, Other, High Pass. I'll set my high pass between 1.8 to 1.5. Let's do 1.5 for this image. Click OK. Then I'll go to my blend modes here. I'll change it to Vivid Light. And once I zoom in, you can see how contrasty my image is. Can you guys see that? Now, we like when the eyes of the subjects are like really sharp, you know, but obviously we don't want the skin tones to be too sharp. So I can duplicate this layer, create a layer mask, and invert that layer mask. Now, I've hidden this layer right here, and I'm just going to paint that into the eyes. While this one down here, I'm going to reduce the opacity because this is the one that will work for the skin. So I'm just going to set this somewhere about 20. So 20 works for me. I don't want the skin to be too sharp. I don't want like artifacts around the skin. So 20 works perfectly for me. I think I'm just going to take this up to 30. Just to, you know, sharpen the image a bit more. Okay, 30, fine. Then for the eyes, I'm just going to pick a brush, change my color here, my foreground color to white, opacity 100, flows on 100. Then I'm just going to paint over the eyes right here. Make sure the eyes are like sharp and in focus. And I'll reduce my opacity. 50 works. Let's see, before and after. So yeah, you guys can see how sharp the subject looks. You can also paint the sharpness away from her lips if you do not want it to be too much around, you know, her lips and all that. But yeah, so this is a quick tutorial about how I tone my subject skin or my model skin, and also sharpen my image. So this was done in less than, you know, 5 minutes. And yeah, I'll try to provide an action for the sharpening. I'll try, I don't know, but you guys check down below the page, and I'll probably provide the link to the an action for my sharpening. And yeah, thank you for watching today's tutorial. This was just something I just wanted to do real quick and put it out there for you guys. And yeah, please give it a thumbs up if this helped you in any way, and also do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you can receive notifications every time I put up a new video. And if this helped you in any way, do not forget to comment below, and let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. One last thing, I encourage people to submit their images, and I'll go through them. If there's an image I like, then I'll probably use it to do a retouching video and put out here for you guys to see. Maybe it'll be easy, or you know, maybe I can tackle other images, and you know, that'll push me to show you guys 1 or 2 things that I'll do in that particular image. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching this how to retouch dark skin series, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.